What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. All right, everybody, let's talk a little Marvel Cinematic Universe real quick because, look, it's been a bad year for Disney, and Marvel used to be the franchise they could count on, you know, to bring some money in. It's like, all right, we're going to be good because we got 2 or 3 Marvel movies coming out this year. Remember last year, Deadpool and Wolverine, $1 billion in the box office. It's like, yes, sir, we can get this thing done with a couple of Marvel movies. And nobody expected like Captain America, Brave New World to do those kind of numbers. But right now, like this thing ain't even hit $200 million on the domestic side yet, you know, which is very embarrassing, like Cosmic Book News says. Now, I do think it's going to hit $200 million, obviously, domestically. They should get that by tonight or tomorrow. But $400 million worldwide for a movie that costs well over $300 million. Yeah, that's not going to get it done. And this thing is a giant flop. So now you got to start thinking, all right, man, what's the Thunderbolts looking like right now? Yeah, Box Office Pro asked this question for their long-range forecast. Can Thunderbolts give the Marvel Cinematic Universe a much-needed boost? That's the big question. That's really the big question. I have my doubts. And the reason I have doubts is because, number one, the Thunderbolts is made up of a lot of characters that y'all never heard of if you're not a hardcore MCU fan that's watching everything that comes out in the MCU. If you're one of the members of the general audience, you have no idea who these people are. It's like you see John Walker, who the hell is that? You see Red Guardian, who the hell is that? Well, did you see Black Widow? I don't think I remember Black Widow. You know, you might remember, you know, Florence Pugh being in some Marvel stuff, but you're not quite sure about her character. Then you got like these side. It's like a movie full of side chicks. I mean, it's a movie full of side chicks, man. It's not your main chick, all right? Not your main chick, your side chick. And you ain't bringing your side chick home to meet the family, nah, man. Yeah, I'm bringing the main girl, all right? These chicks. That's what the Thunderbolts feels like. I'm sorry, that's the only way I can see it. They feel like side pieces. You know, it's just like, you know, side characters, sidekicks. We really don't talk to these guys very much, but they're getting their own movie. And that's why everybody says it feels like a put together team, Suicide Squad style team for Marvel. And basically that's what this whole film has looked like, you know, so far. But yeah, you know, and there's no forward momentum. All right. For these guys, no forward momentum coming out of Captain America, Brave New World. You would want some, oh, hey, man, Captain America, Brave New World, great movie. What's the next Marvel movie? No, if everybody's momentum is just like, this thing was kind of a nothing burger. I'm good. I'm over it. Then you don't have any positive momentum feeding into this movie. And so how's it going to do? Well, here's what Box Office Pro said. 65 to 85 million on the domestic opening weekend. Yeah, that's not going to get it done. I mean, that's okay. All right, that's okay if it has legs, you know. If this thing legs it out and it really legs it out and it ends up getting 4x'd over the, you know, next 2 or 3 months, oh, okay, it did just fine. But I don't think that's going to be the case. By the time you get to the end of May, because this thing drops, what is it, May 2nd, right? Yeah. By the time you get to the end of May, when you got Stitch Impossible happening, all right, Lilo and Stitch and Mission Impossible, the Final Reckoning, this movie's going to be an afterthought. Everybody's going to already have moved on. They're going to be looking forward to the summer. All right, we're going to get Superman. We're going to get Jurassic World. We're going to get Fantastic Four. People are going to forget this movie was even out. And so, yeah, by the time we get to the end of May, it's over. They really need to figure out how to get bigger opening weekends. Like, look at what Deadpool and Wolverine had $211 million in its domestic opening weekend. Marvel is so far away from this right now with its regular fare. It's not happening, you know? But yeah, this is the thing. Tickets went on sale today. They dropped the trailer for Thunderbolts. You know, tickets on sale now. And honestly, I'm not going to lie. The trailer looks really, really good. It looks like this is going to be a good movie, but is it enough? Is it enough to put butts in seats? Is it enough to get everybody excited about another Marvel movie? You know? I thought it was a good trailer. Let's check it out.
Being the hero, there is no higher calling. Saving people in the street, adored like gods.
Dad, that's just a fairy tale. No one here is a hero.
I am a void. There's no use fighting.
He's invincible, all-powerful, stronger than all of the Avengers rolled into one.
Which is funny when you sit back and think about it. Like, all right, so why are the Thunderbolts fighting? It's like, hold up, man. He's stronger than all the Avengers rolled into one. Why in the hell are we sending these guys after him? This is literally Suicide Squad. Oh, these guys ain't gonna do nothing to them. You can just pop, dead, they're gone, right? Like, why even send them? Like, where's the other Avengers at? Where's Doctor Strange at right now? You know? What about Wakanda? Hey, can we get Wakanda over here? I know this is a different country, but can we get some Wakandans over here to try to help us out with some Black Panther tech? Like, what are we doing sending these dudes out there? These dudes ain't gonna do nothing. Where's What's-Her-Face, man? The chick that played in Secret Invasion, right? Amelia Clark's character. Where is she? She has all the power of the Avengers, right? What's her name? Gia or Gia? Yeah, let's get Gia. Let's call her up, see if she can come help us out right quick. Because they ain't gonna make it, man. Like, I don't know how they plan on having these cats fight Sentry in the Void. But, you know, that is part of the appeal. Okay, what are they going to be able to do against this guy? You know, they probably going to have to talk him down, you know, speak to him in a different way. I don't know how they're going to do it. They better be heroic. Otherwise, this is going to be a flop. But anyway, let's keep going.
You don't know what I'm capable of. Maybe I need to show you.
Avengers, you're gone. No one's coming to save the day.
I think we are.
Us?
We could be the people that are coming.
Let's do this.
We are the Thunderbolts! Marvel Studios Thunderbolts. Only theaters May 2nd.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. That looked pretty good. All right. That looked pretty good. That's enough to get, you know, a couple of normies that still are peeking at the Marvel Cinematic Universe every once in a while. You know, still kind of, hey, man, what's Marvel do? Oh, okay, yeah, they got a little something. All right, man, I'll go and check that out. That might be enough to get a couple of cats. But to do the numbers that Marvel used to do, especially when they're spending like $200 million, yeah, this ain't going to get it done at all, all right? And that part place said the exact same thing. The Thunderbolts faces a grim opening weekend projections as Marvel's box office woes continues. Shout out to Marvin Montanaro. Let's go ahead and check out this article. Yeah, Marvel Studios may be facing yet another uphill battle at the box office. The first box office projections for the Thunderbolts are in, and they paint a concerning picture for a film already carrying a hefty production price tag. According to early industry estimates, the movie is expected to earn between $65 and $85 million during its domestic opening weekend, a modest debut for a film with a reported $200 million budget. Yeah, see, they haven't gotten away from this stuff yet. They got to figure out how to make some of these superhero movies for like $100 million. I mean, I'm serious. This probably could have been made for $100 million, but I don't know. Disney has some weird budgeting going on. While not catastrophic on the surface, that range places Thunderbolts well below recent superhero outings. For comparison, Deadpool and Wolverine, 211 we just saw. Captain America Brave New World opened at $88 million and has since stalled. In fact, Brave New World, a film tied to the legacy of Steve Rogers and carrying the weight of Captain America brand, has yet to cross $200 million domestic after 8 weeks in theaters. Its current worldwide gross sits at around $411 million, falling short of what many would consider a safe margin given its extensive marketing campaign and blockbuster expectations. If a legacy title like Captain America is struggling to bring in audiences, it raises serious concerns for a film like Thunderbolt, which hinges on an ensemble of lesser-known side characters. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you know, again, they used the name Captain America. Plus, they used Falcon, Anthony Mackie, a character that you know that's been around. You know, and then they brought some stuff in with the Hulk, right? You had Red Hulk. You had Harrison Ford. You had all of these other things in that movie, and that still wasn't enough to get the job done. You know, and then on top of that, they spent a ton of money on it. So, yeah, that thing was going to lose money. We already knew that. Despite boasting a talented cast, Florence Pugh, Sebastian Stan, David Harbour, Wyatt Russell amongst them, the film lacks the franchise driving power of a Spider-Man, Iron Man, or even Doctor Strange. Yeah, see, that's what the other thing. I think the casual fan is going to come out and they're going to go see a Spider-Man movie. You know, the casual fan will go and watch the Avengers. The casual fan will go and watch Superman, Batman. They'll go and see named heroes that they've known for decades. They'll go and watch them, and they probably gonna go and check out Iron Man, you know, if it's Robert Downey Jr. or Doctor Strange. They're not checking out the Thunderbolts. They're gonna stop checking for the Thunderbolts. They're gonna stop checking for Shang-Chi. They're gonna stop checking for, you know, Miss Marvel or the Marvels. They're not coming to those movies anymore. And they're still gonna spend like $200 million on those. They're not going to come and check for Falcon, Brave New World, or these little offshoot, all right, that ain't really the character. I'm good. They're not going to go and check for these movies, but they will show up for Spider-Man. It's like, oh, yeah, we got a Spider-Man movie coming out. I'm there. Yeah, I watch Spider-Man. I watch, a big DC, Superman, Batman. They'll go and watch those. And that's how it always has been. It's always been, hey, those are the superheroes you could sell. But when it came to stuff like some of the minor characters or the smaller, B-list, C-list heroes, it's like, you really can't get those done. But then along came the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and they said, yeah, man, we got Iron Man, we got Cap, all right? We got Thor, Guardians of the Galaxy, Ant-Man, Doctor Strange. Yeah, but see, people are going to stop watching those movies because Marvel's dropped the ball. It's not just about opening weekend box office projections for the Thunderbolts with a reported $200 million production budget and an assumed $100 to $150 million in global marketing and promotional costs. The film may need to earn between $700 and $750 million globally just to break even. Yeah, they got way too much going on, for the Thunderbolts to need this amount of money to break even, just to break even. So yeah, again, Marvel built the strength of its universe on really good storytelling, good acting, good characters, and they built it up over the course of about 10 to 11 years. But this second phase, you can't pull that off no more, Marvel. You can't pull. The formula is busted. You can no longer do what you did in those first 3 phases and unless you get back to really good storytelling. And maybe the Thunderbolts is a good story. Again, the trailer looks solid. I'm not complaining about the trailer, but the reality of the situation is you guys haven't gotten it done with anything else. Even pulling in some of those legacy characters like Doctor Strange, you dropped the ball, and then all of the stuff on Disney Plus, it all just feels watered down and unimportant. So that's the reason why I say they're going to show up for those big franchise leaders, the Spider-Mans, Iron Man, if they did another Iron Man with Robert Downey Jr., which they won't do, or Ironheart's not a substitute, and, the Avengers. That's pretty much it. It even looks like the Fantastic Four is going to be kind of underwhelming. That's what Chris Gore and Robert Meyer Burnett were saying coming out of CinemaCon. They went to CinemaCon. It was like underwhelming. Pedro Pascal is not Reed Richards. He isn't. And we've been saying he's not Reed Richards. We didn't understand that casting choice. And they saw some clips at CinemaCon, and both of them said, nah, this ain't it. This ain't it. And so now, what is the Fantastic Four looking like? It might be 0 for 3 year for Marvel when it comes to 2025. They might go 0 for 3. It might be bust, flop, bust. But we'll have to see. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about this situation. Again, I think this might be a good movie, all right? Thunderbolts might actually be a good movie. It might actually get the job done in terms of telling a good story, but have the fans already checked out? Again, when you got a whole movie full of side pieces, all right? It's like, oh, look, it's Ghost. Like, where is she from? I don't know. All right? It just seems like it's going to be another ho-hum kind of nothing burger response from the audience, even though the movie might be great. Maybe it gets good word of mouth. That's the one hope it has. If it's like a 95% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 95% with the audience, it might get their legs from the word of mouth alone and people going back to see it multiple times if they did the job in the story. But we'll have to see. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Jump down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and opinions on that. And thanks for watching. See you next time.